What's good, people? It's your boy, Icarus Gray. And this is Gray Area Anime. And we are back with another one. Because this is the most wonderful podcast of your day. I claim it to be so. In the building, as always, is... Introduce yourself.
See, this is what always happens, okay? He always says is, and I think he's going to go ahead and say who it is. And then he just leaves me just out here drowning, okay? Messing the intro up. It's Prima Diva, y'all. I'm happy to be back.
So what he always does, but I have not
You see what
learned that
does
he
to me?
always
It's fine.
does.
It's fine.
Anyway, back in the building is... Last episode I called him Taruto, but he's leveled up. Hey, he's gained a new AKA.
All right.
I had to think about how I wanted to
Listen.
transition in that. I'm just going to go through the whole board.
From the top to the bottom.
It is Tizonio, AKA Zonitsu.
Hey, that's a Zonitsu's the one.
Actually, hold on. I'm going to do that even better.
Uh-oh.
Give me a second.
Oh, Lord.
It is Tizonio, AKA Zonitsu.
All right. Dang, I get a whole round of
You
applause.
get a whole
Yes.
round
As he takes center
of
stage.
applause.
Wow.
And we are back with another episode, a special edition of Teach Me Senpai, the college years.
I was not ready for that.
I know.
We did not discuss this before the show, guys.
Because the reason I call it the college years is because he is no noob.
Oh, no, this is a learned,
This is like
study.
going for the masters.
scholarly
Trying to get a PhD
in anime.
in anime.
I like the word learned.
Yes.
The extra ed. Like,
Yeah.
That's
It's
it.
sophistication, a little bit of pretension to
So what?
sophistication.
Sophisticated. I like that.
Well, I
that
am
word.
glad to be back.
Welcome back. Very happy to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
And we are discussing something that I'm personally very excited about.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just want to put that out there, but I won't steal the thunder. Tell them what we're doing, Icarus.
No. You go ahead.
No, really? It's kind of like that.
It's not
But it's
ReZero.
not ReZero. It's the future diary. It's so exciting, guys. So exciting.
It is. And this was also on the list of things that have weird names that
That you were like, no.
Yeah.
So what made you,
Yeah.
what was it because we talked about it that it made you change your mind, or was something else?
No.
Yeah, y'all like so here's the deal. I was going through the list, and so we have a Google Doc that has just a bunch of weird anime names on them, or not just weird, sorry, just strangely titled animes. And I was going through them, and I was gonna watch. I think it was like the husband one,
Oh, yeah. The Way of the Husband.
or something
Oh,
like that.
It's so cute.
And I was like, no, I think I'm just gonna watch That Time I Got Reincarnated into a Slime.
Okay.
And so I actually gave that a shot, and I ended up watching 3 episodes, and I was like, yeah. Because I was looking for first Future Diary, because we mentioned it on that last episode.
Right.
And so I was looking for it, but I think I typed in Future Diaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how we had it in the Google Doc. Because
Yeah.
that's how it's. I'm not gonna say who referred to it as that, but it's fine.
So
Sure.
it didn't pop up on Crunchyroll or anything.
Right.
And then finally it was like, I think it's called The Future Diary.
Yes.
And I was like, yes. Because the way that y'all were talking about it, and the way that he had presented to me, that it was kind of like Death Note, like
Oh,
on
yeah.
12.
Yeah, I would say so.
And so far, like, this is like Death Note on 100.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready for it. But. So I stopped watching that time I got reincarnated.
To start watching this.
Yes, and I'm very excited about it.
But just so you guys know, that episode is coming because we will be talking about the time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah, I have questions.
We have so many things to go back to. I'm looking forward to Ascendance of a Bookworm and some other things. But so far, so tell me my first question before Icarus gets into his senpai mode. What was like the first turn or surprise that you liked that like kind of hit you in this?
Let's try it this way. Initial thoughts, I think, is more so a better way to encompass.
Oh no, I wanted the specifics, but I think that's a good place to start too. You're right. Initial thoughts.
Well, as a anime intro connoisseur.
Oh yeah.
I already knew it was intense whenever it started in Latin.
Nothing fun starts in Latin.
Yeah,
guys.
and then like things started like disappearing and rusting, and blood was everywhere. It kind of reminded me of Attack on Titan, the Attack on Titan intro. And then like you have your like Japanese like anime girl who sings the song, and you're just like, oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
And like nothing was actually colored. Like the regular color was all red and pink, white and black, and I was like, ooh,
it's exciting. Yes,
like I'm ready for this. So this is actually like, I don't know what you even like consider this type of anime, but like what category it goes into besides like horror or
category would be
suspense.
I guarantee you there's slice of life.
Okay.
And you'll get there.
It's almost like Magical Girl, but everybody has the same.
It is it gives me.
But
those
it's in
vibes.
that Magic Madoka.
No, don't bring that up.
It's in that.
Don't bring that
it's
up.
in that lane.
That
So like a
shall not be
breakdown.
uttered here.
Kind of like a breakdown of the gaining abilities tournament of champions slight.
Tournament of death.
Well, yeah, but it's like not isekai ish, but it's in that realm.
Yeah. So
in a way.
Actually, everything that you just said. So that's kind of how I felt. Like I was like, oh man, this is a collision of everything.
And I guarantee you, it's still just going to ratchet because they're also doing, they're looking at spirituality. They're looking at day-to-day lives, interactions with people. The fact that survival, comes into play. And when you finish, we'll be able to add all the other gumbo pieces in there. But it was very intricate. I will say, like I was telling you earlier, I enjoy the intricacy of everything because everything is everything. And I mean, that's probably like I'm trying to be as general as possible because again, we're only 3 episodes in.
Yeah.
But
so don't you guys go spoiling anything in the comments, okay?
Listen.
Don't do it.
We're that early that Tash should not be in the comments yet.
That's true.
Like once you guys have activated, sure, we're gonna start giving those warnings. But right now, y'all just y'all acting like y'all can't be active. You know what it is? You know what I'm saying, cuz?
They're getting it together. So
go ahead.
Oh,
so we just hit the intro. So after the intro, the first thing they said, like, what is it, Sakurami? Middle school. I'm like, dang, why is it always got to be little kids?
I know, bro. They couldn't even be in high school. You can only be 14 to be in this horror flick. Like, what?
I'm like, I'm about to watch little kids fighting. No, this is not it. And so initially I was just like, I'm not ready, but I'm very ready. So that's my initial reaction to it.
That's one thing I notice about like a lot of these types of things. They don't care how old or how young you are. Everybody is in danger. It's so messed up.
Sorry, I just because we're doing a lot of things at the same time. Like we got characters pulled up, so we're not like messing up on everybody's names. And then I'm like reading synopsi.
What are you doing that for?
I like that word.
Synopsi.
Y'all introduced me to some great words.
I don't know if it's a real word.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to like make it plural.
And we're looking up.
Listen, there is Google for a reason.
That's true. Google has become everything.
What I was doing is I was reading, and then I remember what episode 4 has in it. And so like this is. I mean, I think this is one of those great situations because not every anime can be really good in one season. What did you discover about synopsi?
I think it's just the synopsis.
Yeah.
But with
Or
the
synopses.
E. But with the E.
Synopses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a hard E?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
Let me see the
How you
pronunciation.
pluralize?
Yeah.
Okay.
Long. Synopses. If it was a short E, it would be the brev.
I said hard. Yeah, long. My bad.
Wow. Y'all are something else.
I'm telling you, I learn something every time.
Childish Gambino. That's what came to mind just now.
But yeah, so I was just looking at that and I was like, dang, I also remember it being shorter.
I feel like it's only what 20 something
26,
26 episodes,
which is
yeah.
again, here's another revelation. And I've said this a million times about something that we don't realize as anime fans. And I don't know if it's something that you've probably realized because I know you pick up on stuff like this. 26 episodes is half a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of content.
Usually.
Like for me, I'm like, that's not enough.
What do I do with the rest of them?
You got it. You got your seasons. There's
like you got
fall,
your
winter, and then there's spring, summer.
But because we're watching them every week and time just kind of morphs as we're watching this,
and Netflix has spoiled us all. We like completely binged this series when I introduced it to him.
Or like manga in general, like manga chapters, you literally only don't get them for maybe 6 weeks out of the year, and that's for like holidays. And the only other instances, if it goes more, is per author. So like when we realized that I think we talked about that like in a couple episodes prior, I was like, man, I'm entitled because like you literally
we are spoiled
because they'll do 13, which is a quarter of the year, and then they do another 13, which is another quarter, and then I'm like, but more though.
Yeah, and those usually come out like every other, like actual, like what is it, season?
Yeah,
yeah. Once again, like
My Hero
regular
Academia
television
was
shows do.
Yeah, My Hero Academia was one of those when like we first started watching, like I just started reading immediately
because he didn't want to wait.
Immediately,
Yeah,
and I don't blame him. That's how I feel about.
That's what I do.
Spider right now. So what? I'm a spider. I'm about to start reading. Anyways, so do you have any favorite characters so far? Any standouts?
No, everybody's really weird.
No one that you're like you're rooting for or anything?
Not really.
Okay.
Because I know like the main character, or maybe he's not the main character. I mean, we've all seen Akame got killed.
He the main
Oh no, he's the main character.
But you know what I'm saying? You can think somebody is about to be the like protagonist that's gonna
only
do
to
it.
find out, but
Right.
no.
You're safe in this one.
Okay,
he
cool,
is
cool.
the main
Yuki
character.
Taro, I think it's his name.
Yeah, Yuki.
Yeah.
And so like he's pretty annoying to me, especially like after the fact that he gets his future diary.
Yeah.
Which I think it's just future diary of
like his life.
They all have different titles because like Yuno's is future diary of love.
I
the
think
other
his
one's
is
like
just a diary, like you said.
Period.
I think so. Because because that's all it was before. It was like
because
just
his
diary.
isn't like a like everybody else's. I think is like a weapon or something that
Probably
they
based in,
specifically
like, their
have. But that's
personality too.
it's literally like
Darwin's
a
Game.
better version of Darwin's Game.
Well, I mean, it did come out first.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like
Darwin's Game came out second, so it had
which Darwin's Game is an
lives of
anime
too.
where they go into a game, obviously, and they're given all these powers. But his power, I forget. He's literally just able to like make stuff.
He gets guns,
so he can like
eventually.
make guns, upgrade them, and all sorts of stuff. It's really interesting. I may add it to the list. I don't know because it was like. It's not like one of those that like stuck out as like this was this amazing. Initially, we thought it was because we watched and then we were like, oh, okay. Like they took pieces of other animes that we watched and kind of like diluted it a bit.
But Yuki is definitely a reluctant hero. He's definitely the guy that's like, I did not sign up for this at all.
He really didn't.
I mean,
honestly.
I literally thought you were kidding. I didn't even think you were real. Like, I mean,
so kind of like back to your original question, like and you actually kind of said part of this. I thought it was crazy that like I'm gonna get my blanket and then like go into this imaginary world where I'm talking to somebody named Deus Ex Machina.
Deuce, I thought he was just
and then there's a second person
And then there were several other people
Like, you
later.
know what I'm saying? So it just really like, yeah, he crazy. And this is everything that he's getting involved in is his fault. So I don't feel bad for him whatsoever.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. I mean, but Deuce likes him. Like the God liked him. He seemed to be like, man, you're an all right kid. I'm gonna put you in this game.
I don't know
He
about
didn't
that because
even have a choice. He
because
was
you
just
know
like,
what
okay.
happens later on. Like I don't
Right,
know.
like sure, whatever, man.
I don't know if I agree with that assumption.
What assumption?
That
he
Deuce
liked him?
them.
I think he did. Like
Well,
based on their conversations, I feel like
No.
he did.
I mean,
So just on that comment and from where I am,
Yeah.
I'm already more towards that because
You think he's just he found him annoying
well,
or something?
even in the first episode, the thing that he's playing on is what he creates the universe.
Yeah.
Like, so he's like, his mind, because he's like on a whole nother dimension.
Yes.
He's not even thinking about, oh, this
Like
thing
person-to-person
that
relationships.
yeah. So, you know how like on, kind of like on Death Note,
Yeah.
Ryuk and Light, they have that like relationship where Light was like, oh my God, I mean, not Light, but Ryuk was like, oh, like, maybe I do have a friend, you know? But at the same time,
But
like,
Light is like,
this ain't it,
you
you know?
no. that was
bro.
closer.
Yeah.
That was closer. This is more like Deuce. It's like literal godhood in the sense that I find you interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of a point of entertainment.
That's it.
Okay.
And you get into that because again, this is entertainment.
Yeah, this is a game.
I mean, okay.
'Cause it's entertainment.
Okay, sure.
Like
Yeah.
before, like that's why I'm
Okay.
like, and so it's the
All right.
general feeling. So man, I wish you had watched episode 4 because
Look, man.
like
We're gonna do an update of this. I'm just gonna put it out there now.
Yeah.
This is
I'm definitely down because
the
I'm
midway
just,
through.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
when you get to the end,
There's 26 episodes.
You
And,
can
like,
do it. I believe
it's
you.
a
Oh,
way-
no. It's going to happen probably by the
no,
end of
trust
this
me.
weekend.
I was just gonna say like
you don't even understand. Like,
Like,
the
So
fact,
excited.
God
the
forbid
fact
we're
that I
slow
had
tomorrow.
to do stuff today. Like, it was my off day today,
Inconvenient.
but I had
Yeah.
to do stuff today. Like, actually, like, live my life and, like, do grown up stuff and run around and, like, do stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, I was at work for a good, like, 45 minutes to an hour, just, like, there. And I was, but,
I love
yeah.
the Captain like Planet
dressed like
stance.
this.
Like,
it was
yes,
bad,
I
and
love
then
it.
yeah. It was bad. But no,
I was
and
gonna
so,
mess with you about your Beetlejuice pants.
I like my pants. Okay,
I like your pants too.
thank you.
Back to the Captain Planet stance. So, as you were saying,
Oh, watch my schedule be terrible.
I'm not that type of person.
I know. That's why it was
Thank
funny. The joke
God.
hit. Golly, that was funny. The look,
Anyway.
the death stare I got. Oh man. it was
But
see, this is why you have to be careful what you watch, ladies and gentlemen, because it may bleed over into your everyday life.
no, but literally, like my plan was today: wake up and just go
Binge it.
in.
Yeah.
And then what actually happened was I woke up and started playing Zelda.
Okay, that's reasonable. That's a
Yeah.
reasonable excuse.
as long as
'Cause
you're
Zelda
in the
is
blurred, everything that is blurred, like just we dive. Doesn't matter. Like I literally come home and either I want to watch YouTube about something that I just
Some
played,
game that he's playing. Yes.
or like about like, I wonder what the entire lore of Kirby is. I'm gonna go find it.
Or
God damn.
anything that has to do with interesting bugs or animal life, lizards, reptilians, all of those.
We watched a tarantula eat another tarantula the other day.
Oh, that's okay. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah.
But so you are enjoying it, yes?
Yeah, 100%. Like this is like I said earlier. This
Ooh,
is like my
this'll
type
be
of
good.
anime.
Do you have any predictions?
Oh yeah.
Give me a prediction.
So
Because I feel like she asked me too. Like you're
What
not
do you
gonna be
think
able
is
to
gonna
guess.
happen?
Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, and I think because I already knew I was not gonna be satisfied. Like there was no way I could predict. then there would have been no way because I knew how excited she was. But I'm like, it's just gonna end in a dark way that you didn't even finish a comment. And this is how I know I
I'm
did it
excited, he's automatically expecting to be disappointed. It's just the way of our relationship. But what are your predictions?
So I have a couple of them, and they're all like kind of like branching off the same thing. But so the first thing is that I immediately think this is a game to become a god.
Okay.
So it's like all these people that are trying to help him, they gonna have to kill each other anyways.
At some point, somebody gotta die.
So it doesn't make sense unless there's like one of those like people in the background that's like, I don't know, in the know or within. It's like, we're gonna actually like take over the universe and da 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 da. But you know, that's just one of those like anime plot lines that you can like be like, that I wouldn't be surprised. But I will say it first with Yuno and Yuki, you know, the pink haired girl.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was sincere. But then, like, they've never talked to each other before, and she kissed him the first time. Like, that one part when they're on their, like, little date at the amusement park, and then her, like, top
She's
comes off.
not a very chaste girl. Nothing wrong with that.
But still.
In anime.
But still.
She is yandere.
Why are you speaking about it now?
Because yanderes exist.
I know that, but I'm just saying, why are you telling Kim that?
Because she's already done things that say that's who I am.
The point is,
It's episode 3. Like she
Continue
literally had a whole, like he saw in the first episode where he was like, "Hey, I want to say something," and she's like, "It's really not nice if you do that."
the point is,
Well,
do you like her, or are you side eyeing her?
I'm side eyeing her, but
little too hard.
not because I don't like her, because I don't know if I don't like her. Maybe she has her reasons, you know. But at the same time, I feel like she's that person that's like in the know. That it's like, I'm about to be a guy.
You need to like sleep with one eye open around his hole.
Yeah.
Like,
So the episode that I just ended on was the 3rd episode, and you know, opens that door and like everybody just kind of like freaks out, and then Deus is like, ha 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 ha, you're very great, you're magnificent, splendid child, ha ha ha, you entertain me.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, what was in the closet?
Man, my head just blew up.
What just happened?
It's just entertainment. Like my head just blew up.
Yeah.
Like, in my mind, I'm like, no.
Yeah, he's just having a good time. He's having a good old time.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, people are dying, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Because it's more like, and I've seen this before, what it reminds me of is like, it kind of reminds me of Job in a certain sense. And
In
like,
the Bible?
Mm-hmm. At least the initial conversation that God has with the devil, in a sense.
Oh, yeah. He's like, have
So-
you thought about Job?
Yeah, when
like him.
Deuce, when
He's a good
Deuce
guy.
and them are, but it's more, obviously it's more removed and has no redeeming qualities of that. But I'm just saying, in that conversation between like, like
Yeah.
You were like, huh?
It's alike, but completely different.
it's literally just a conversation, like
Yeah.
sitting in this
In the
place
very
and
beginning.
having a conversation.
Yeah.
And the conversation that they're having, that Yuki and that Deuce and what
Little
is
mini girl.
Yeah, who's that? What? Aru?
Yeah.
Mudu. Yeah.
So that whole dynamic is something that I think
That
is
little
really
chick.
cool.
Yeah, she's fun.
I don't know anything about her.
She's fun to watch. She's just so random.
Yeah.
But seriously,
But
So
meaning,
I think that's the
that's
thing
my
I love the
favorite.
most about the series is that
I think she
everything
deserves it.
seems random. Everything
until it's not.
It doesn't though,
Right.
doesn't.
It
it's good.
doesn't,
For me,
though.
it did until I got there.
because everything is dependent on what Yuki does.
Yeah.
And I think that all of their diaries are connected to his.
Oh.
He's number 1. He's the first.
He is.
So
Yeah,
like
I can
So
see
you
that.
think that based on whatever his actions or what his decisions are determine kind of how everybody else moves in
yeah,
the game?
and the end of the
Interesting.
3rd episode just kind of like made that claim
because of
stronger
his
for
reaction?
me because
Okay.
he did something and it showed everybody that's alive. Everybody.
yes. People have died by now.
Yes.
Agreed.
Everybody's phone lit up, and
I hadn't
everyone.
thought about that. That's a
yeah.
good point.
Wait. Let me. Because
The re-zero button.
Hit it.
Because the which number died?
The 12.
The first girl or the first person that came after him is dead.
The teacher.
No, it was the teacher.
Yeah. And that's it.
It's like
I mean, besides the kids that got blown up by
I
the
mean,
nine.
So, but we don't pay attention to cannon fodder.
See, that's not. See, y'all.
Yeah.
This anime is
As
ruthless.
every action movie ever, we do not pay attention to the cannon fodder.
Unless, but the newer movies kind of do. Like I remember watching and this is a funny take, but I remember watching the second Transformers movie, and they were talking about
How
the
many
fact
people that
that how
died?
many people had died
Oh,
in their fights, and I was
Every
like, wait a
single-
minute.
Transformers movie, when a building is destroyed,
Every
I'm like,
single action hero,
But they never
or
mention
whatever
it. Like
movie.
it wasn't even until like Batman versus Superman was another one, even though it's a terrible movie. That
It's pretty bad.
anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. But that was Batman's whole thing. It's like, fam,
Minimize.
y'all just
Yeah.
like you literally could have almost took out the whole city.
but then
Yeah.
we have shows like Invincible.
Yes, which we have yet to get into, but
Oh.
we shall.
Oh, have y'all finished?
We haven't
talked about
started.
this.
Y'all haven't started.
We haven't started yet.
No.
Ooh, maybe I can host a
I would be
student
here.
teaches the teacher.
Yes.
Well, but the
I'm here
thing
for
is,
this.
so Joe has not watched any episodes, but Joe does research.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Like,
Feels like it's a cheat.
'cause I didn't want to sit and watch by myself at the time.
I do have to be in
And
a
then she was
space
like,
to deal with
and
gore.
whenever she does
So,
the whole that,
do.
and then
I
it
do.
makes me not want to watch stuff because then I'm like, well, I guess I shouldn't watch it.
It
If
is,
it's too,
You don't
but
do
but it's like cartoon gore, and I mean
That's probably
I mean,
the kind that freaks me out the most.
But I mean, it's like cartoon,
Oh, okay,
not anime. It's not detailed.
see, anime gore to a degree, I feel like I can deal with better than cartoon.
I
gore.
feel like
what do you think? I think what is it like
capitalizes
more
on the gore,
Metalocalypse?
you
It
know?
does. It's very
Yeah,
gratuitous.
it's more
No.
like no. It's way more tame than Metalocalypse. But
True.
but the animations of like
Thank God, because Metalocalypse I can only take in doses.
no,
You hear me?
they
Small
actually
doses.
use. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know. I'm just
They're about to
speaking.
do a
This is
movie.
like just off of like I don't know. I'm just talking. So
Yeah.
don't quote me.
Okay.
But it looks like they use like Photoshop like actual blood. You know what
Oh,
I'm
like
saying
the-
on
like
there?
the-
Yeah, to make
I
it
don't
look.
remember what
You
the
know,
name of
because
it
it's
is,
like
but
all
yeah.
dark and
Yeah.
and like look like blood. Like
Okay.
you know.
So
And
it's a lot. It's
But
less
it is
abrasive.
good.
there's
I
a
guess?
texture to it. Yeah.
Okay,
But
okay.
on this, it's red.
Invincible for me, but it is good.
It's like that color
looking
red.
forward to it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
light.
But that's what I was telling
shadows,
you.
Nothing.
It's like from what I
it's
know
brutal.
of the entire story,
It's brutal.
it's just it's good.
Mm-hmm.
But I only have the story based off of
and people get messed up.
Yeah,
Mark's
sure they do.
whole arc.
Okay.
I have only his like how okay, Mark does this, then this happens to Mark, then this happens to Mark, this person comes back, this happens to
Yeah.
Mark.
So I mean, it is a story of him. That's why.
like it
Well,
was, but it was just
he
his.
is invincible.
It
Not
was
like
his character
Right.
thing or whatever, and I
He's
was
the
like,
character. Or
it
the
was
hero.
crazy about it is I'm gonna have to have like a spoiler review at some point because of the things I know that are like
you
really
just need to
interesting.
watch it.
I will, but then I'll have to like read it because it's a completed series. Like it's like how I feel about.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm about to start reading.
Like,
Yeah.
but it's done, and like that when they're
I'm gonna finish
done, I'm like, there's no like all I'm doing is seeing if you're gonna like take a left or right. Like the same thing with The Boys. When I was watching it, and like I had to go and see
That I
like
cannot
okay,
watch.
what we watched it.
That's the next
We
thing
watched
that I'm
some
gonna
of it, but
watch.
I haven't watched like right. We didn't finish that season, did we?
Yeah,
Oh,
Amazon.
yeah.
This
Finished
is
it.
my cry to just put all of Invincible on. Like, just do an overhaul, please.
Okay.
so I don't have to read it. Sorry, that was a side note.
that's
I was
not
in my
gonna-
own world.
Just
They
do
are
it,
about to-
guys.
My bad.
Hear his humble cry.
Please.
I hear his humble cry. But they're about to. Oh, they're about to milk it. They're
Oh,
about
you
to
know
milk
they
it
are. They're
because
gonna get as much money as they can.
all
off
they're
this.
gonna do is interchange this. It's gonna be like The Boys, then Invincible.
Oh, isn't The Boys
The
coming out?
Boys?
A new season's coming out soon.
Yeah.
Should be.
It's just gonna be The Boys, then Invincible.
Like soon.
Banking
Yeah.
on it.
June
Like,
5th,
they
I
making bank.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had to like when I get listen, the twist and turns of that series and like what I had to like learn is
Bothered
just
me
like
so deeply in my soul.
and it's like I'm still wondering where they're gonna go with a lot of the things that
Nowhere
they kind of had to
good.
change
No, we're good.
because like initially, and this is a
See, I really gotta start.
like
rewatching
not
it
really
now.
a spoiler alert, but so one of the scenes in there in the comic, them not doing something was how 9/11 started. Like when they
Yeah.
the thing
Yeah.
on the and so but for them it was more of a like no this is what we did kind of thing.
All right then. It goes all the way there.
Yeah.
In
So-
the comic, but they already changed it and dulled it down and like have other pieces and parts of what they're trying to show.
Wait, are you talking about The Boys or
The Boys.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
that's
Boys.
what.
Yeah.
It's a comic.
Yeah.
Ah, man, you shouldn't have told me that.
Just like Invincible.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why
both
that's
of
why I was
Well,
like that they're
Invincible's
gonna be
getting read.
Yeah.
It's
That's
getting
happening.
It's getting
because
bought
they're both in that same what I think
and read. I'm getting posters.
posters.
My bed sheets might be Invincible
Oh
bed
my
sheets.
God.
Like we might be going there.
No.
I'm with it. Look, if you get undies,
It's
for
in the top
Invincible,
5.
I'm here for it.
So I can't do that. that I can't do. Like not at all.
What if they're like what if they're like cool boxer briefs?
Nope.
Nope.
Breathable, comfortable? No.
I just need colors. I don't want graphics. Just
I
colors. That's
understand.
it.
I'm there.
So okay, so bringing it back though.
Wait. Before
let's bring it back, 'cause
Before we get back,
Uh-oh.
my last statement on that is like, I think that Amazon is about to be the home for IDW or indie like comics getting series or
That would make a
whether
lot of
they're animated
sense.
or otherwise. Because
Kind of
the
like
bo-
the Crunchyroll of
because The Boys is not DC or Marvel.
No,
Neither
it's
is
one of their- It's
Invincible.
probably one of their other like miniature things, like
because
Wild.
it used to be
what is it,
AMC.
Wildstorm? Yeah.
Because Preacher,
I think it is.
Yeah.
Preacher and The Walking Dead are not DC or Marvel.
right.
yeah.
Um,
The Walking Dead.
Neither is Umbrella Academy.
Ooh, that's another one.
Umbrella
Y'all just
Academy,
saying
but
all the
that's
great
Netflix.
ones.
That's
Netflix
though.
has it, but I'm just saying
New
that's,
season coming out.
those are all like.
I'm trying to think of the other one. Into the Badlands
Yeah.
is also another non DC or Marvel thing, which I'm like,
That show was great.
these
Yes,
good stories
it
are
was.
like
And then
starting to
every
come out.
season got worse. But anyway.
Yeah. It got worse in terms of what they did to my emotions, those bastards. Anyways, into the Badlands.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Anyway, go ahead back to your. 'Cause we can
So
wrap
just
up
bringing
on
it
whatever you're
back,
doing.
yeah. I just was going to say, what are your, I guess, hopes for the rest of the series? Are you hoping that it'll do you have a particular expectation for the outcome or anything like that?
I do. For some reason, I think it's going to be like, Bran Stark from Game of Thrones type thing. And, Yuki's going to go through all of this. And then next thing you know, he's going to be the three-eyed raven.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Deus Machina. Or it turns out, he ends up winning and then nothing happens. And
Yeah.
and it's going to be like, your wish was to not do anything or blah, 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 blah.
What would make you most pleased as the viewer?
Honestly,
Yeah.
and I know this is kind of like a, I don't think anybody would agree with me on this, but I
You'd
would
be surprised.
like,
Let me show you how different she and I are. You might hit one of us.
You might.
I would like for it to
Matter of fact,
end.
if you hit her, I'm gonna do this.
Oh my god.
If it's me, let's see.
What if it's no one?
Well,
Oh, okay.
Or
okay.
just leave it blank. Okay,
let's
listening.
So I would want it to be like a situation where there's no hope, and like Yuki like accidentally does something that destroys the world or something like that. Like I really want it to be like a catastrophe type thing, and then he has to sit and watch it, and then it's like because this would serve as like a lesson for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like for me, if I go into my room and then enter another world, I'm gonna tell my mom and we gonna go to church.
I agree.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
need to go do something. This ain't
Right. So he
Take
should have
me to the
known.
king.
He should have known some. Period. He should have known that something was wrong whenever
And he didn't follow the signs.
you know. So I don't feel bad for him, and I feel like even though it was out of innocence, and
Yeah.
even though like you could say like quote unquote he didn't know, but like at the same time, if it were me, I would feel like I need to be punished for this. Like there was no like, why am I playing with someone who he created the universe?
Right. Why are you playing this game, sir?
But the
Why?
thing about
Why?
the thing about him and the anime thing about him that innocence is king.
True.
Especially pure innocence. In the sense that it doesn't mean that you won't do things that are questionable morally to yourself, but your guiding compass is light. And so that's why you'll see.
So even like with you saying that, but I think that it's going to be kind of like that, in Unlimited Blade Works,
Yeah.
Shiro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't know what was going on. Yeah,
Right.
he knew about magic and, whatever. He was a mage, but just by default. And he didn't have strong magic or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, who was messing with Shiro? Nobody.
Exactly.
Gilgamesh couldn't even.
Yeah.
So
Nobody.
and that's like that anime trope where it's just like, protagonist has to overcome or develop in some kind of way that like he completed his task and maybe he dies in the end, but it's like, okay, we good.
You know what? You saying that makes me think I might need to do like a whole, I don't know, like video essay or something on like the way that anime kind of subverts a lot of tropes and a lot of like plot devices, because most times in these things, and I'll just say this like this because I feel like you get this already, but it won't give too much away. So in a romantic comedy, for example, you have technically two protagonists, but most times you have one protagonist is the boy or the girl, and then you have their significant other, whoever they're pursuing, right? There are times in the story where they're on the same page, so they're co-protagonists, right? They're helping each other get to a particular space. And then there's a time where something bad happens, someone does something wrong, and now they're antagonists. Something that they're doing is totally antagonizing the other person or standing against them. And then ultimately, usually in a happy one, in an American one, usually something will happen. They'll reconcile. They'll get back together at the end, right? So you see this constant like in and out and back and forth of being on each other's side and then against each other constantly over and over. And I think that anime does a great job of subverting that in so many ways. Like where like you either start really good and you end up terrible, or you start terrible.
Well, yeah,
they just do a good job of going back and forth so well.
But that's why I say, and on our list, I have you to read, not watch, Domestic Girlfriend.
Yeah, it has a star on it.
Yeah,
because
that'll be
it's
good.
one of those that's like, and I tell her all the time, like I find these things, like whether it's a manhwa or wherever, and y'all know me by now. I'm all about my story.
No matter what's going on in the
matter
panel.
what's going on in the panel,
Yeah.
I'm all about my story. If my story is trash, I'm out because I'm not just here for your smut. But
But you can get past the smut if it has a good story.
if you got a good story, majority of the time I'm like, I like this. I could remove the smut and make a really good series. Just flip some things here and there, and it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
This is one of those things where it's like you kind of get, or like what you were saying, the subversion of the different dynamics and things that they do and how the characters grow and how the characters interact with one another, how you learn about the world that they've been placed in. When they're good, they explain the whole world. And this one explains the whole world.
Yeah. In so many
Like
ways.
it will not leave you. That's one thing that I can say about it as an entire series is I wasn't left asking questions. I might have been left like, I didn't like that answer.
Well,
Yeah.
and even to your point, like just from my point of view right now, just being on the 3rd episode, I can tell that it's one of those things, especially even just because like, the power of the future diaries that, the people have, like it is going to be one of those where it has to connect.
Yes.
Like I said earlier, I feel like Yuki's future diary is connected to the rest of them. So everything that he does affects them. And so like, because of that, like you see all these things happening around him, and to your point about like the relationships in romantic comedies, this is the same situation.
Yeah.
Like, he found someone to help him out of his tough situation with what was her name?
No,
The purple haired girl. Minine. Yeah, Minine.
Or you.
That
I'm just gonna call her by last name. It's right here.
Minine.
Or you.
And then he just happened to pop up there with his own. Didn't he have a partner too? That was the one too. It was another cop. They were both there with him.
I don't even remember. Probably.
Yeah, and so I don't know. So like now you have that safety. First you have that safety with like hey, and then you have the safety with this cop. But now Minane got captured by who? Because he's wearing a bread bag over his head.
Yes,
and he gouged out her eye.
Yeah.
So like maybe that is the cop. I don't know. But like to both of y'all's points, I feel like it's just one of those ones that's gonna be just it has to be well written because.
Has to be.
I'm in it.
Yeah.
And
it's
I do
literally where I think they get. It's one of those where you'll just look at it, and what anime has done to me is like every American movie that comes out, I'm like, y'all niggas was watching anime.
Yes. Oh my God, I call him on it so quick. Like, nah, fam.
Yeah.
Because we saw Happy Death Day, and we was like, who been watching ReZero, bro? I know you've been watching
Literally,
ReZero.
because we knew like the popularity of the original and the timing of the movie coming out. I was like, y'all been watching this, bro. Like, just like we know The Grudge, The Ring, etc. is again Japanese horror stuff. I'm like, y'all be stealing ideas from anime and then acting like you don't.
Don't say that. Like, anime's for children. They be trying to play us.
Like we've had stuff like that. I mean,
And
like
to that,
you can
I'd
say
be like,
that.
how?
True.
And how?
Now you can say that Groundhog's Day came before ReZero. Sure.
Who was? Well,
But
you know what? Fine.
But there was different context for like Happy Death Day is like it wasn't like Bill Murray was trying to learn stuff. Like he did. Like he was there. Like I remember somebody doing the science of it. Like and he was there years.
Yeah. Years on years on
Like years on years on years to like learn to like master playing piano and all the stuff that he ended up doing. Like how many times he probably tried to save the old guy. I love the movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all. Y'all gonna give me.
Well, I'm very pleased with this recommendation.
I'm happy.
And
I guarantee there's not. I promise you, there's not one recommendation on here that you'll be disappointed with.
Look,
like it might not be your cup of tea.
Y'all, listen to this. Now, this is Icarus putting his stamp. Okay, his whole reputation on the line. And then he tried to come back and say it might not be your cup of tea. I saw what he did there.
No.
Look, that's why I was waiting. I was like, did we catch?
No. So what I mean by that is that it might not be the cup of tea in the sense that it's like you're a shonen guy.
Yeah.
But
I get it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know that the places I'm going to take you that are outside of shonen, if I enjoy it, it's story driven or it's just simple enough that it brings me a happiness.
Yeah.
Like that, those are my only criteria.
And I need to be more like that because me, like the moment that I see like a certain type of animation,
Did you
like
stop,
a certain kind of like color palette, if it's like pastels and stuff, like the watercolored mess. Like
to be honest, that was what kind of turned me off initially from liking Mob. Yeah, Mob
really?
Psycho 100. I was like, I don't understand.
That's
what
I
doing.
remember. That's exactly what I said.
I was like, I don't understand what they're doing right now, and I don't like the way that they drew these characters. This is not cute. And but the more I watched it, I was like, this dude is amazing. I love Mob.
But I think
I'm so in love with him.
They drew that.
Yeah.
Just like the manga.
Like the manga.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the other thing about it that I explained to you that is something that you have to take into account I'm going to put that on the list, is that it is literally the perfect vehicle
Oh yeah, for that
for
story.
emotion.
Yeah.
And if you look at it that way, I promise it makes it a little bit brighter.
Yeah.
Did you ever do Hitman Reborn?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. The shonen in you will love it.
It's just Hitman. Like, why couldn't it be like blazing gun destroyer?
Trust me.
99.
That's too long.
It's
That's too many
another
words,
one that you'll want to read the manga to get the end of it because
It hits all the points.
it's dope. I'm telling you, it's another one of them ones.
Do they just use guns?
No.
Okay,
That's
cool.
this is the little one, right? Hitman Reborn.
Yeah, the
little-
baby.
Oh, is
little
it
baby. Okay.
is it like a Conan? Wait.
No.
Okay.
Well, kind of. Yeah. There's a part of that
I
there.
missed that show.
There's a kind of part of that in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I also wanted to start Conan and show her Conan, but nowhere can you get the entire run of Conan.
We'll buy
Yeah,
it.
you're
one
gonna have to
day.
buy it.
We'll buy it one day. It's fine. Our anime collection is about to be lit.
I'd rather do the tsunami
I
run.
love the goals. Yes. I already saw the comic collection. I'm like, all
Yeah,
right.
That's his.
Almost took
some
your
of
Storm
it.
book.
Some of it is mine. Oh, don't do that.
I know.
to
I
my
know.
heart.
I was
He
reading.
definitely borrowed it though.
He was talking. I was reading it, and I was like, "Hold on one second. This is really interesting. Wait a second."
And I can't find the rest of Aurora's like the before the storm.
He didn't see the- or
things. I
he didn't
can't
see
find
those.
all of them. I've got to find them all.
He didn't see those
Listeners,
yet.
if any of you know where I can buy the entire collection of Before the Storm, Aurora, let me know. Okay.
Hopefully these things are just in our P.O. box or something from when we move because y'all are that great fans. You're just amazing.
We'll see. Putting it out there. We
but-
manifesting.
Overall, I think that there are a lot that you're going to enjoy.
Yeah.
You're really going to enjoy this. I can't wait to get back in. Like the next, whatever time we record and you watched however many episodes, we'll do those. We'll do like because what we're doing with this one, the college series, is I'm not like trying to break down every episode because I'm not rewatching. I'm not
I
rewatching
know
right
you're
now.
not. I will.
Good. So
not right now.
You should be watching.
He won.
I don't wanna rewatch.
Him.
Okay, I'm sorry, but
I mean, I might do it, but I'm like not gonna do it now.
because I'm gonna be asking you.
Oh no, I'll have all my because once I
We
do
need to just make a group text.
Let's
yeah,
do
we do
it.
need to do that.
Yeah.
But so it's really good. I did enjoy it in the sense that it's like story is everything.
Yeah.
Did I agree? Do I agree? Hell no.
I did.
I know.
I
Because
completely
you could find
agree.
got yin and
you
yang
could
over
find
here.
you could find sunshine in a pail of slop and poo.
No, I can't. That's
You
gross.
did.
But son's not.
But you did. No, she found it.
I
No,
did.
it's not. No, it's
But
not
I
in poop.
think you might find it.
No, it's not in poop.
I will say right now, all I see is darkness. I don't see the moon. I don't see the sun.
You might see a glimmer. You're not gonna see
No.
the sun. It
But
is
she
gone.
finds a way to shine that shit
But you know what
turd
we'll
into
do?
something great.
As soon as we get through, as soon as you finish the series and we come back here, then I'll tell you the reason why I thought that this was a very beautiful anime.
And I will tell you now in advance, it will still not be satisfactory.
It may not be satisfactory to you, but I'm telling you, just so you know the mind of Prima Diva.
It's very it's very easy.
Well,
Let me tell you what the mindset is.
That is not. I resent that.
I bet you
That is not true.
it's not only true.
I really like that soundbite.
It's
It's
amazing.
Like, I kind of want that to be my text message.
And so everybody can get like a slow chill up their spine. Like,
Yeah, I'm
what the
gonna
heck was
always have my phone. Well, right now I have the Black Panther as my ringtone. It's like the
Nice.
opening.
that? Yeah.
It threw me
And
out for 3 seconds.
It
I was
scares
like,
everyone.
Lion
it's
King?
like, "Rah!" Yeah, everyone
No,
says
yeah,
Lion
yeah.
King.
And then
I'm
it
like,
played a little
no.
more, and I was like, whoa, no. Now
I'm
I
like,
hear it.
different
Even
key.
better. Yeah.
You just gotta hear it.
Completely. All right. Well, I think that this was a wonderful episode myself. How do you guys feel?
I'm just
does
ready.
I don't know. How do you feel? I'm just saying, let's give ourselves a pat on the back, guys. I think we did good.
It's always great. Oh,
Yeah.
you too.
That actually feels really good.
Like, see, this is
We should
why,
do that more
like,
often.
You're
Yes.
a mix of a person. You're like a mix of us, and it's weird. 'Cause, like the times you jump over us, I'm like, get back over here. Get back over here.
And I'll tell you that off air. Anyways, let's go ahead and bring it to a close.
Shade.
No, there's no shade.
The
There's no shade. This is a happy thing.
shade.
But I'll tell you off air. Anyways,
Shade.
go ahead.
I love
Anyway.
it. I'm glad that I got to do this with
We'll
you guys.
see you guys on the next one.
So happy you're here.
Prima Diva Do your thing.
Okay, so let's see if I can get it right this time, guys. If you want to get in touch with us, you can get at us on Facebook at Gray Area Anime. You can also get at us on Instagram at Gray Area Anime, Twitter, Gray Area Anime 1, and please send us your suggestions, comments, questions, things you want us to cover on the show at grayareaanime@gmail.com.
She was close, but she once again got the Instagram and the Twitter mixed up.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought the Twitter was one.
I did too.
I was giving you like silent snaps back.
Thank
over
you.
Here.
I appreciate the support regardless. Let's find out what it actually is, guys.
Oh no, you were right.
Oh, I thought so. Okay. Thank you.
I pressed that one that time.
I don't remember even.
Well, and back to you, Icarus. Go ahead and close us out, sir.
Taz, your socials. Tell them where they can find you, Zonitsu.
Oh yes, Zonitsu. I might. So right now, my Instagram is zoni.ar or Taz took this with one Z, TAZTOOK. THIS, forgot how to spell this. And then you can follow me on Twitter. I've decided that's fine.
That's so great. Progress.
Yes, so it's yo_Zoni, like hey yo Zoni. So yeah, it's that. But Zonitsu is growing on me, and it
It's
might
probably
change soon.
Yes.
I'll leave it there for at least a week, but I might change it because I'm down for it.
So as Zonitsu, who's your Nezuko, or what is your Nezuko?
Ooh, like wait,
It can be a thing, just whatever it is. What would be your Nezuko in
got
this?
real
In
deep
this,
real fast.
It really did. I didn't have time to prepare for this.
because you are Zonitsu.
Tune in next time. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a day.
You know what's funny about that? Is like I can see that. Look, we'll do it next time. You
Yeah,
tell us
tune in
next
next
time,
time,
who's
guys.
your Nezuko.
Maybe it's like food,
Hey, that's a good one.
but a certain type of food. I don't know. We'll come back. Maybe it's pho. Anyway, I'm thinking too hard.
That would be
Is it fun?
mine.
It might be.
Listen, did we just become best friends?
I think we did.
I really like pho.
Speaking of, okay. Because now you're extending this podcast just a couple seconds. Have you been to Mike's? And have you been to Fotama?
I've been to Fotama.
That's the one we love.
There's a place called Mike's that sells
It's like Mike's Vietnamese.
Mike's Vietnamese. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's on University.
I am sorry.
It's on
wait.
University.
Roosevelt.
Asheville. Yeah,
Mike's.
Roosevelt. I won't say Asher. Yeah, Mike's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. That's just like it's supposed to be like fucking or like
Which
we've been.
again,
Like,
you
you know,
know,
or
like
like
we
we-
tried to go
yeah.
in Tacoma.
you know like
There's a place
something
in
that's
Tacoma.
like more like ethnic.
So now you have
I
to come
mean,
there
we
to
have
Faux King.
Okay, that's
He in
fine.
there.
I'll try it. I'll try
It's
it.
not a random
don't.
blonde man named
No.
Mike.
See, that's how, you know.
Don't.
It was okay.
Well, I was thinking more like brown,
I wasn't here
like
for that.
brunette hair.
Their chili oil was cold.
and he lived in like
Now we are not here to bash
he
local
went straight
business.
in. Look,
Look, I'm not doing that.
and ending the episode
You
now.
probably are
The
whatever.
producer is speaking.
I
Alright.
can't wait to have
Let's go.
Mike's pho.
Yes.
What?
And thank
And
you guys
we'll
for
see you
tuning in.
guys next week. One and two and a piece. Sorry about that weird cut. Let's try that one more time. I messed up. Are you gonna edit this now? No. This is the naturalness of this episode. Raw, real, uncut, raw.